Hollywood has been criticized in the past for not being very diverse when it comes to appearances. Although that is slowly changing, we can't help but notice we sometimes see the same celebs over and over again. We'll point out just how many celebrities closely resemble one another. Before we get started, hit the subscribe button for more videos from TheTalko. Let's begin. Carla Bruni and Bella Hadid. Carla Bruni was quite literally modeling before Bella Hadid was born, but that doesn't mean the two don't bear an uncanny resemblance to one another. Bruni was a supermodel for a decade before deciding to switch to a career in music. Her first album, Quelqu'un m'a dit, topped the French albums chart, and Bruni later went on to win Female Music Artist of the Year. In 2014, Bella Hadid signed on with IMG Models and immediately shot to superstardom. Just 2 years later, in 2016, she won Model of the Year from Model.com. Although Hadid has a gorgeous face, it's one many in the industry have seen before on Carla Bruni. Many fans pointed out the two women are basically twins and eagerly awaited the day they would someday run into each other. This finally happened when mutual friend and fellow model Naomi Campbell hosted a charity gala during the famous Cannes Film Festival. Zach Braff and Dax Shepard. Another pair of famous celebrities who have embraced their twin status are actors Zach Braff and Dax Shepard. Dax Shepard hosts a podcast called Armchair Expert, and on one notable episode, he hosted Zach Braff as a special guest. The two had a lot in common, and then Shepard brought up an opinion held by his wife, Kristen Bell. She believes her husband and Braff could be long-lost twins, and took a quick photo of them at an award show. Then, she hit the photo with a quick face swap app, and it's honestly really hard to tell the difference between the swapped photo and the original. Other than their hair colors, the two men look identical to one another. Shepard says that it's strange being around someone who looks just like you, and added that he frequently gets lost looking into Braff's eyes. John Mayer and Antoni Porowski. Many of us would love to be John Mayer, but there are a few people out there who at least look like him. One of them is Queer Eye star Antoni Porowski, who managed to style himself to look just like the famous singer. He posted a comparison photo of himself with John Mayer, and sarcastically captioned it, "I don't know guys, I just don't see it." It all started when a fan accused Porowski of looking like a young John Mayer, but Porowski insists Mayer looks like a young him. Despite the post blowing up on social media, we haven't heard Mayer acknowledge his long-lost twin just yet. Richard Madden and Gus Kenworthy. For a period of time in Game of Thrones, fans were used to seeing the face of Richard Madden, who portrayed the noble but occasionally naive Robb Stark. Then, people who were fans of both the hit HBO program and the Olympics realized they were seeing the same face an awful lot. Olympic freestyle skier Gus Kenworthy looks an awful lot like the former King of the North. In fact, some fans even began to theorize that Madden and Kenworthy were the same person, just trying to really compartmentalize their life. As fun of a fan theory as this is, we're going to go ahead and say it's not true. Although Kenworthy did acknowledge the resemblance on social media by tweeting, "They're on to us," to Madden, still, we haven't seen them both together at the same time. Prince Harry and Ed Sheeran and Rupert Grint. Although his music might stand out, Ed Sheeran has been confused for some other celebrities. Many have pointed out that he bears a striking resemblance to Harry Potter actor Rupert Grint. According to Rupert Grint, when fans approach him, it's a 50-50 chance they'll recognize him versus think he's Ed Sheeran. Even their fellow celebrities have made the same mistake. British singer-songwriter Leo Sayer once told Grint how much he loves his music, thinking he was Sheeran. And while we can definitely see it, we think Sheeran looks much more like another huge celebrity, Prince Harry. We're not the only ones who think so, as people have actually approached the royal prince asking if he is Prince Harry or a pop star. This makes us wonder just how many other Ed Sheeran doppelgangers are out there walking among us. The Property Brothers and Harry Connick Jr. Identical twin brothers Drew and Jonathan Scott are better known as the Property Brothers. Considering the fact that they're identical twins, you'd think they would be used to being confused with one another. But according to the brothers, the people they meet have surprisingly little trouble telling them apart. But shockingly, both brothers have been confused with someone not at all related to them. Many people have accused them of being Harry Connick Jr. over the years, and both brothers agree they can see the resemblance. They even discussed it on Connick's talk show, Harry, and accepted Connick as their official long-lost triplet. The three men even posed for a Christmas photo together, just like real siblings. Drew claims their mother will probably start calling he and Jonathan Harry since he's the new favorite sibling. Bella Hadid and Jennifer Lawrence. There's no denying Jennifer Lawrence is a talented actress with many fans. One thing people love about her is that she seems relatable and almost like we've seen her before. And maybe we have, since she also looks a lot like model Bella Hadid. It seems as if Hadid must just have one of those faces, since she's continually compared to other people. According to Hadid, multiple times a day, people bring up her resemblance to actress Jennifer Lawrence. Although she hasn't been mistaken for the actress yet, Hadid is very used to being asked, "Do you know who you look like?" The two met briefly at the Met Ball, although just for a moment. Hadid admitted she felt weird shaking the hand of her celebrity doppelganger. She wondered if Jennifer Lawrence was also doing a double take during the encounter. Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman. There are tons of celebrity lookalikes out there, but perhaps none are so closely matched as Keira Knightley and Natalie Portman. Both actresses admit to signing autographs as the other person, since they're so frequently confused with one another. Knightley even admits that on some occasions, fans have resorted to chasing her down because they were excited to meet Natalie Portman. And it's not just fans who see the resemblance, but apparently casting directors as well. Among her other roles, Natalie Portman is known for portraying Queen Amidala in the Star Wars prequels. So when it came time to cast her handmaiden and lookalike, Sabe, Keira Knightley was the natural first choice for the part. Sabe was originally going to be played by a stand-in, until Knightley was discovered by casting director Robin Gurland. Daisy Ridley and Keira Knightley. Natalie Portman isn't the only Star Wars star to be confused with Keira Knightley. Daisy Ridley portrays Rey in the Star Wars universe, and she's frequently compared to Keira Knightley as well. But while Portman and Knightley have accepted their comparisons, Ridley isn't a fan of them. According to Ridley, she's been compared to Knightley her entire life, and she's tired of it. She claims it's hard to blaze your own path in life when you're constantly being compared to another person. Daisy Ridley finds having a celebrity lookalike to be a frustrating experience, since she just wants to be known for being herself. With her Star Wars movies being such huge successes, there's no doubt eventually Ridley will be known for more than her resemblance to Keira Knightley. Jason Sudeikis and Ed Helms. Sometimes, a celebrity mix-up can be cause for a bit of a laugh. Other times, it can be downright embarrassing, as Jason Sudeikis found out during a fan encounter. Actors Jason Sudeikis and Ed Helms are both famous independently of one another, and for years, fans never noticed the resemblance between them. However, when they starred in Vacation together, people began to notice how much the two actors look alike. Not only do they physically resemble one another, but they tend to play the same sort of characters in the same type of movies, making it even easier to confuse them. During a White House Correspondents' Dinner, Sudeikis was approached by a fan asking for a photo. The only awkward part was that the woman was an Ed Helms fan. Luckily, Sudeikis was able to laugh off the uncomfortable incident. Kathryn Hahn and Anna Gasteyer. Kathryn Hahn has been in show business for ages, and she's gotten used to being approached by fans. But according to her, it's only recently that she's been confused with another celebrity, Anna Gasteyer. Now, more often than not, people will approach Hahn and tell her how much they love her on Saturday Night Live. Hahn admits to finding the situation hilarious, but claims it makes her husband roll his eyes. Anna Gasteyer experiences the same thing, and says whenever Hahn releases a new movie, Gasteyer receives lots of compliments on it. The actresses undeniably look alike, but there are even more similarities between them. Both Hahn and Gasteyer studied at Northwestern University before entering into the world of show business. Coincidence? Well, yes, but they still do look like a pair of long-lost twins. Cole Sprouse and Leonardo DiCaprio. Everyone knows that actor Cole Sprouse has a twin brother named Dylan Sprouse. The two even starred on a Disney Channel show together called The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and its spin-off, The Sweet Life on Deck. But there is another celebrity out there who people think Cole looks like, and it isn't his brother Dylan. We couldn't help but notice that Cole bears an uncanny resemblance to a young Leonardo DiCaprio. Considering how much these two stars look alike, it makes us wonder if Cole will age similarly to DiCaprio. Maybe when Cole Sprouse watches movies starring Leonardo DiCaprio, he is really getting a glimpse at his own future. Katy Perry, Zooey Deschanel, and Emily Blunt. There's no denying that when it comes to fashion, Katy Perry has a style all of her own. But if you ignore all of her over-the-top outfits, it's incredibly easy to mistake her for not just one, but two other celebrities. At first, the internet went crazy after realizing Katy Perry looks a tremendous amount like actress Zooey Deschanel. But as if that wasn't enough, we also noticed both women also look like Emily Blunt. It's clear we have a case of Hollywood triplets going on here between these three unrelated women. For a while, Deschanel admitted she resented being compared to Perry, and hated when fans would confuse them. But after a while, Deschanel learned to take it as a compliment. Apparently, even before Perry or Deschanel was famous, their friends would confuse them with one another. George Clooney and Guillermo Zapata. George Clooney is known for being one of the most talented and good-looking men in Hollywood. Despite his long career, he's still considered the standard for an attractive man, so being compared to him is definitely one of the highest compliments, and it's one Argentinian model Guillermo Zapata has received. Once Zapata started posting photos on Instagram, people quickly noticed the remarkable resemblance between him and famous actor George Clooney. But alas, just like Clooney, Zapata is also happily married. Not only is Guillermo Zapata a model, but he also co-owns the exclusive Sir restaurant in West Hollywood, California. He owns it with his wife Natalie Pui Zapata and Lisa Vanderpump from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and her husband Ken. Isla Fisher and Amy Adams. Some celebrities resent being compared to others, but other celebs have fully embraced the hilarity of being frequently confused with someone else. Amy Adams and Isla Fisher are notorious Hollywood lookalikes, but both find the situation funny rather than frustrating. Isla Fisher even created a hilarious PSA in which she explains how to tell her apart from Adams. In it, she clarifies Adams has auburn red hair, while Fisher's is light auburn red. She also notes that while she's a member of the Screen Actors Guild, Adams has accumulated 5 Oscars nominations. Fisher even admits Lady Gaga once thought she was Amy Adams, and Fisher was far too embarrassed to correct the pop superstar. Despite that awkward incident, Fisher claims not to mind being mistaken for Adams. Which celebs do you think most closely resemble one another? Let us know who your top celebrity lookalikes are in the comment section below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to get the latest videos from us here at TheTalko. Bye for now.